So if you're anything bigger than that, or you're taller, if you're probably closer to 6 foot, 6'2", maybe go large. You know, it's hard to sort of say, but those are sort of my sizing recommendations for the Gymshark Onyx V5. It all just comes down to your body composition, and it comes down to where is your fat and muscle stored mostly, because everyone has dominant muscle groups from what I've seen. So for me, I was able to grow my chest quite well. My legs are pretty decent. If anything, I'd say my arms probably lag just that little bit behind from my personal judgment of my own physique. It depends how big you are as well, and you know what you want to look like. Obviously, if you want to cop one of these, you want to look good, you want to look like a superhero, you want to be, you know, relatively lean. But if you're not to say don't get it, but use that as fucking motivation to fit into it and to actually be happy with how you look in this shirt. Even myself, I'm using that as motivation to get rid of my stomach, get fucking abs, so then it fits nicely. And then hopefully when I bulk up, my arms can be just that little bit more bigger, I feel. Then again, you know, it's our own physique. We're our own worst critics. So just so you know, I ended up getting a size medium, and I'm 174 centimeters. Some people were thinking it was fake. I don't blame them thinking this was fake, to be honest. Upon further reflection, I was excited when you first cop something, but then after a while you reflect and you see everything else online, and from what I've seen, this doesn't look finished. The price, a lot of people were asking how much it was. The price was about 75 Australian dollars. I don't know if it's $75 in your currency as well, or whether it's the equivalent to $75 in AUD. So depending on your country's website and where you're at, I paid $75 AUD, so you could be looking roughly somewhere similar. And other people were asking about the logo. Unfortunately, I did think that it was actually a bit more like 3D, but upon further inspection, it's actually quite flat. I was disappointed when I realized that as well, because, you know, when you're a bit hyped up, you don't realize you think these things. I envisioned it and I imagined it. So turns out that the logo, it still looks sick, but it's flat. It's not like a 3D thing. So, you know, whether you're happy about that or not, whether that's gonna really make or break your decision to buy one of these, it's up to you. And that's pretty much most of the questions answered. They're all the same ones. So the date is May 9th, 4 AM, Australian Eastern Standard Time. That's pretty much everything that's been covered. Suss out the Pinterest page if you want, just to take a look at what's been dropping. Leave a comment on your thoughts down below. I'd love to hear about whether you're actually getting one of these, or any sort of concerns, comment them down below. I'll be answering your questions, your comments, or anything like that. If you want any sort of coaching to get to the physique that you want, I do offer online coaching for those that are interested. If you are, chuck me a DM, or you could just sign up for a free, you know, one-on-one consultation call, discovery call. We could just, you know, go through your goals and everything, see where you're at, and see how I can help, and see if you're interested. So if you want to crush your goals, you want to take the thought out of it, you want to learn heaps, you know, I offer one-on-one coaching, online coaching. But anyway, I'll leave the video here. If there's any other questions that I didn't get to answer, please leave them down below.